That's a song I haven't heard for a long time. Do you hear me playing popular stuff? Do you hear that? That's great. That's a song called Down on the Corner by Creedence Clearwater Revival. I just played that this morning. I said to myself, that's really good. I like the sound of that. Kind of a good vibe to it, as they say. Oh, I shouldn't say vibe. People will be saying, oh, he's back in the 70s. God love him. God love him, he's back there. Anyway, good morning, Gerald Michael Anderson here. What about the fat boy having to promote programmes that he's not on? He doesn't like that. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. That's to contact this programme, and many people do with their cares, their tribulations, and indeed their concerns. The email address is gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, and of course the text messaging service. And I have to apologise, I got many texts yesterday, but because I couldn't walk from here over to the machine, I didn't read any of them, and I'll read some of them today because it's not fair, because people make a lot of they take a lot of trouble to do these texts, and if I don't read them out, it's a dereliction of duty on my part. I'm sorry about that. So it's 81771. I lifted them there and looked at them, and then I put them down again. I realised why I don't read them. A gentleman, last straw, James Murray, he said, I listen on the iPlayer every evening because I very rarely get an opportunity to listen to you live. I will not be abusive like an earlier listener or ex-listener who has resigned from the programme, but it is 52 minutes into your Wednesday show, and I'm gone. Coyle has moaned almost incessantly this week and all of last week. I want to talk to you about that. There's a perception amongst the public that there's something wrong with you. You've done nothing but complain this last 2 weeks generally about life and about all things human. Today it was your neck is half the size of your waist, and if you have a size 10 foot then your hand will be 10 inches. What is all this about? Ask him, does he not know that his mouth is twice the size of his arse? That's all I'm saying. I'm reading stuff out as it is here. Have you anything to say for the fact that you're perceived as being, well, grumpy this last 2 weeks particularly? Something to do with the moon? I don't know what it is.
Don't know.
No, you have no idea, you have no explanation for that.
No.
That's all right. That's okay.
But being grumpy,
you're angry at life. You're angry at the world.
Point out the size of your hand is the same size as your foot. That's not being grumpy. That's just.
That's been boring.
That's
been
boring, but it's not being grumpy.
Okay, well, maybe that was a bad example. That's the one he chose to pick himself. I don't make these things up, I just read them. And another man is concerned. He said, I've discovered that I can't take printer toner cartridges bigger than half a kilo in my hand luggage anymore. He says, this will entirely ruin my holidays. You've heard about that, don't you? Anyway, dear Puppet Chin, I hear Sir Alan Sugar gets a winter heating allowance. Did you hear anything about that?
No.
Wouldn't you think he wouldn't need it? Although he did try to give it back, but it was too complicated for the civil service to accept it. Well, what about giving me a wife heating allowance? It is a well-known fact that women are always cold. Is that in your experience, women in your house? Always colder than the men?
No.
They've more fat on them.
Me, I'm the one always complaining about the cold.
Well, isn't it the other way around? Women have more blubber on them, so they've got more protection against the cold than we have. Us being muscular and pliant and six-packed.
And they also wear tights. That helps.
They do. Well, I do too sometimes, but you never notice. It's a well-known fact that women are always cold, even when the house is hotter than the tropical plants department in Botanic Gardens. I should qualify for a double payment, because I also have a teenage daughter with a tumble dryer addiction. There's nothing worse than that. I came home yesterday and my wife had the central heating on, the fire lit, and was cozied up on the sofa under a fluffy blanket. And she's only 48. And then when I get into bed, she's still got cold feet. Is it because I's Protestant and she is Catholic? Also, I wonder if Eskimo wives are always colder than Eskimo husbands. And do Eskimos serve red wine at room temperature? Have you ever thought of that? Can you imagine the Eskimo opening the bottle of wine saying, yes, room temperature. What wonderful, wonderful days we have.
I don't like red wine.
I know you don't. You don't like anything that's wholesome and good. It's just the way you are. Adam Breen says... He talks, and I have to be very careful talking about this in case we offend anyone. I don't want to, but, sometimes you have to talk about certain things. I spent time today communing with a man who was a bona fide traveller. Some may refer to them with other names, but he had a surname. Everyone will like as much guess, which the vast majority, he's referring to the fact that many travellers have the same surname. The man was polite, however. He sounded exactly like Brad Pitt in the movie Snatch. Did you see that?
No.
You see, you've no interest in anything. It may be necessary to give Sean, a.k.a. film buff of the millennium, a crash code regarding said movie. Well, he was what is called a piker in that. Do you know what a piker is?
No.
Right. He quizzed me from whence I came, the traveller did. And
what is a piker?
A piker is a kind of a travelling person. That's what it's a pejorative term. Oh. I don't want to get down that road.
Oh, right.
The man, that's what he was referred to in the movie, so that's why I can say it. I can repeat it. It's not me calling a person a piker. It's me saying that he was referred to as a piker in the movie Snatch. Thereby not anticipating any trouble from people out there. He quizzed me from whence I came, and when I said Oma, he said, there's a lot of anonymous surname typical of travellers there. In other words, he said, a lot of people with a certain surname there. Quite, says I. And it only dawned on me that upon finishing our dialogue, I understood every word he said. Not many can boast of this, which says a lot about me, my class, or subsequent lack of class. Then again, consider my football pitch was the picnic area outside my primary school, where I strategically placed half bricks stolen from local building sites over mounds of canine faeces in order to avoid contracting toxocara. So, as the prawn sandwich brats dribbled footballs around miniature traffic cones on AstroTurf in high-vis bibs, I, uber urchin, slalomed round dog turds buried under purloined industrial masonry in a Linfield shirt, which has left me comfortable and cognizant in the company of Cher Lloyd's people. Cher Lloyd's the little girl from a travelling background who's been so successful on X Factor. Of course, you're following that every week. And Cheryl Cole is very upset because the little Cher, that's her name.
I wouldn't know Cheryl Crow, or what do you call her?
Sheryl Crow?
Crow. What do you call her?
Well,
Cole.
Tweety.
I wouldn't know Cheryl Crow. Cole. If she walked...
Janet, just write it down for him.
If she
Cheryl
walked
Cole.
in there with a cup of tea for me, I wouldn't know her.
You see, that's because you've detached yourself from life and from all human
You
feelings.
see, I don't believe that sort of entertainment. Well, it shouldn't even be called entertainment. That's sort of
Of course, but that's what it
show
is.
in television.
It is
Should not
entertainment.
be looked. No, it's not. It shouldn't be
It's
looked at me.
entertainment.
Normal
See, the sad
people.
part about it is, you see, I think it's great, but the sad part about it is, and I make no bones about saying this, and I in no way feel superior, but the sad part of it is that the majority of the people watching think that it's fairly genuine. That's the sad part. They do not realise that it is all hopelessly, falsely staged and planned to the last time. Every teardrop planned, every aside rehearsed. Everything is geared
It's like
to
Coronation
wind you up.
Street. It's just
To
a soap.
wind you up. No, Coronation's different. That's a drama.
Yeah, but that's just a soap.
No.
So is this.
No, just listen. Let me tell you this: the standard of acting on Coronation Street beneath
I'm not. No, that's
is
unfair.
world class.
Yes, that's unfair to brand Coronation
You talk
Street.
to
with
you
X
talk to
Factor.
any.
I apologise to
you,
Coronation
You
Street.
talk to any actors, especially Americans.
No, I've apologised to them.
I know, but I'm just saying this. But Americans, I remember talking to an American one time. He was an actor. He was not a famous person. He was a person I met in London who was just over, doing kind of, bit parts, no big deal. He wasn't, Brad Pitt or anything. But he was over doing a movie and stuff, and he said he couldn't stop watching television. He said, your television is great. He said, I sit down and I watch EastEnders and Coronation. It's just wonderful. The standard. He says, have you ever seen the soaps in America? I said, I have. As the wheel turns, hello, darling, I see you're having an affair with the gardener. That's a good American accent, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very good American. No, I'm taking out Coronation Street and I'm putting in Home and Away. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Is that all
No,
right?
but they're dramas. They're dramas. They're soaps. They're what they are. But the insidious thing about X Factor is this: that that little tiny thing about the vocals being interfered with, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Everything in that show is made to make good people look wonderful and to make bad people look worse. And all the judges are completely shameless and are winding people up mercilessly. But the poor people, 90% of the people at home think it's genuine and they believe it all and they care about Cheryl Cole, which is a big mistake.
I tried to stop watching a programme last night, but I couldn't. And I watched it for an hour and a half.
What do we do? What programme is that?
MasterChef. Yeah.
Oh, that's the word programme. That's about as false as you get. Those two guys,
exactly.
Those two guys should be. Those two guys should be taken off
shameless.
television, along with the
agree
guys
with
on
you.
Top Gear.
Yes. No,
all the guys
dreadful
on Top
programme.
Gear off the. People say that you're making me rant now.
No,
Listen,
I'm
do you know
not.
what I
It's
think we
great.
should do? Do you know what I think we should do now? I think we should pioneer a new form of entertainment, something wholesome, something that the people can identify with. What is the most popular programme on television on UTV in Northern Ireland? What is it?
UTV Live.
I'll give you a clue. Lusher Spotted Ulster.
Joe Mahan.
You're very slow.
Yes.
That's the most popular programme. You see, what Joe represents is the wholesomeness of the country people. And what is what is the most important thing that we do that people don't really care too much about?
What about, run that question past me again.
What is the other thing that we know to be important but has taken a back seat? The sean-nós, the art of the individual singer.
Yes.
I think we should take Joe's sincerity and put it all together and create a new form of entertainment. And you and I have talked about this, and we are now going to perform The old house.
Right. You're going to sing The Old House, right?
No, but
Now,
you're going
are you? But are you going?
No, we're going to fuse the Shannos
Yes.
singing.
But are you going to give me the nya? You're very good at the nya. You're one of the few men that can do the nya.
Okay, I'll give you a sample line.
Of the nya.
I'll give you a sample
Yes.
line.
This is your Uncle Barney singing.
Lonely, I wander through scenes of my childhood.
I heard the nya there.
Did you hear it? I thought it was alive and well
Yeah,
there.
it's a lovely
Okay, start
nya.
me off.
Well, I
No, you do the line first, and then I sing it, and then before I finish singing the line, you go with the next line.
All
It's
right.
a kind of it's an exchange it's a cultural exchange. This is a new form of entertainment. Nobody's ever done this before. I'm going to go back because I don't want to drown you out.
Go back where?
Back from the microphone, so I don't want to drown you out.
Well, don't go back too far.
That's okay there, isn't it?
I don't know.
Let me try another line.
Well, let me try.
Lonely I wander through scenes of my childhood.
You've got a great nya.
Thanks. Go ahead, start me off.
Well, I'll try a line now then.
No, we have to do the whole thing now.
All right then. Okay. Am I Joe?
Yes.
I'm Joe Mahan.
Yes.
Am I Studio Joe?
You're Studio Joe and
Studio Joe.
talking over the top of the pictures.
Right, talking right, Joe.
And then I'm
in
putting
the
life
picture.
into it.
Oh, I see.
I'm injecting life into the words.
Right, I'm Studio Joe.
Yes.
Okay, and you're the man in the corner.
I'm the real man, the man of the people singing in the corner with the cap in his lap and a pint of stout in his hand.
Okay, you ready?
Push back the dresser. More porter for the woman in the bed. Right. Get out there making onion sandwiches. Sit down to that. Get up there, John, and that Paddy sit.
I've got to get into Joe.
Just think of Eamon McCann. You're halfway there.
Lonely I wander through scenes of my childhood.
Lonely I wander through scenes of my childhood.
They bring back to memory those happy days
They bring
of yore.
back the memory of happy days of yore.
Gone are the old folk, the house stands deserted.
Gone are the old folk, the house stands deserted.
No light in the window, no welcome at the door.
No light in the window, nor welcome at the door.
Here's where the children played games on the heather. And here's where they sailed their
Will you wait a minute?
on the burn.
Will you wait?
I'm giving you 2 lines in a row to get your teeth into it.
You be greedy.
Here.
Just one line at a time.
There's a double nya in this.
I know, I'm getting ready for it. One
Well,
line.
are you ready again?
I can't yaw over 2 lines.
Yes.
Go on, give me one line.
It's a double nya.
You're not playing fair.
Here. Here's where the children played games on the heather. Are you doing 1 nya or 2 nyas?
You said you were doing 2
Well,
and I
I'll do a
agreed
double.
to.
Are we ready for a double nya?
No, all right.
Yeah. Here's where the children played games on the heather, and here's where they sailed their wee boats on the burn.
Here's where the children played games on the heather. Here's where they sailed their wee boats on the burn.
Where are they now? Some are dead, some have wandered.
Where are they now? Some are dead, some have wandered.
No more to their homes will the children return.
No more to their home will the children return.
Lonely the house now and lonely the moor.
Lonely the house now and lonely the moorland.
The children have scattered, the old folk are gone.
The children have scattered, the old folk are gone.
Why stand I here like a ghost or a shadow?
Why stand I here like a ghost or a shadow?
'Tis time I was moving, 'tis time I passed on.
'Tis time I was moving, 'tis time I passed on. I'll tell you what, I took it out of me.
You've got the nya.
Thanks. It's
But
not easy.
I prefer it when you do the double nya.
I don't know, I'm happy with the single, yeah. Let's not be too greedy. Let's not bring them to their knees.
Well, I had a string of jobs that didn't last. From painting roadside signs to pumping gas. Sometimes
That's a fella called Dave Serby, Serby, and the Sidewinders. That's a song called Permanent Position. Where's
problem.
Ken?
Okay.
Where's Ken today?
Bye.
Where's Ken today?
Ken is on his annual leave.
He left an email.
Did he?
Have you read the email?
No.
Janet, have you read it?
No.
This is the email that Ken left. This is perhaps maybe something I shouldn't read, but it's not terrible. It's private, but I'm going to read it anyway. He sent this to everyone. I'm surprised you didn't read it. The extraction fans in the men's loo have to be replaced.
Never.
The work will be done this Thursday and Friday. Please can all men use a disabled toilet whilst the work is taking place? And here's the
do it.
no, but that's not no.
Right.
That's not over.
Right.
Please can all men use a disabled toilet while the work is taking place? The ladies will be unaffected. Isn't he great? Does that mean, Janet, what I mean, the ladies be unaffected means that you don't mind if the men use a disabled toilet? Is that it?
No.
I mean, it won't affect relations between men and women that we use a disabled toilet. Is that it? Or the ladies itself will be unaffected?
What happened to Extractor Fan?
I don't know.
How does it an Extractor
Janet,
Fan?
will you run out and see if it's okay?
I think that was good of him to let us know.
You know, he's thinking of us.
He's thinking about
because
us.
working in the loo and there's no Extractor Fan. He's in his holidays saying, what'll they do? They'll have to open a window, you know, that kind of thing.
We haven't got windows.
I know, that's what I mean. You see, they look for the window and there'll be none there. You know, what's he going to do? But I think it's great the way he thinks of us.
But why can we not go in?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Can you not do, you know?
Please tell Gerry Anderson that he doesn't have to worry about no one loving him. He loves himself enough.
There's a wee call on one.
I don't think we have time for that.
It's a wee quickie.
Is it? Hello, good morning.
Hi, Gerry. It's Nuala McKeever here.
No, I was going to ring you after the news.
Oh, ring me after the news, then we'll do it properly.
Go away.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You see?
Excuse me, Janet sent him. Eh?
No, I'm talking to Nuala. I want to talk to Nuala McKeever, but I need more than 3 minutes to talk to her. And she was panicking, you see, and Janet put her on.
Janet got a message, Nuala McKeever before 11.
I know, but sure, that that doesn't mean anything. It's nothing. It's nothing. A gentleman wants me to read the... No, I won't do this. I'll play this instead.
I apologize. I seem to have arrived home with items in my bag from your house.
It's great the communication in this programme.
Is this not part of the running order?
I don't know. I don't have one.
A book on presidents deceased. I'll have them FedEx to you. It was a strange thing to do. I hope we can still be friends. Oh, it was not me, but someone else, you see, twisting the steering reins. Put a penny in the slot and make an artificial light shine. Leave go my golden eye. I don't give advice, but be wise and think twice before getting involved in a game where the minority face the majority, who are faceless and born without name. Was it knock sink when we came across 3 men? They had church candles wrapped in newspaper. I bought 2 from them and I lit one for you. I hope the message made its way down the wire. Put a penny in the slot and make an artificial light shine. Leave go my golden eye. The soul of a dog, he's alive and not gone to the farm like the others said. A Rhodesian ridgeback off the beaten track in a furniture shop down on the Keys. For the loneliness you foster, I suggest Paul Auster, a book called Timbuktu. Put a penny in the slot and watch the drunken sailor boy dance. She will not let you be her lover. She goes out looking for the taxi. Her phone is ringing straight to message minder. send out a battalion to find her. Put a penny in the slot and count the swans through a telescope. I can't help from crying.
This is Finn Regan, he's not like other people. That's from an album called The End of History. Back after the news.
When I was 17, I followed my dream up into a high-rise block. The Adventures of Ogie March by Saul Bellow was all I had for company. At night time I'd lie in Beckenham Park with tears like flashbulbs and recall my treasure-searching days in the rock pools as a kid. To the remains of the Chero Plains or around the bonfire in Naylor's Cove. Good company and grief sit like a dock leaf sits beside a stinging nettle.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
BBC News at 11 o'clock with Eve Blair. In the US midterm elections, the Republicans have regained control of the House of Representatives, winning back the majority they lost in 2006. President Obama's Democrats also lost seats in the Senate, but they retained control of the upper house. In the races for governor, the Republicans captured 10 states from the Democrats. In West Virginia, Joe Manchin has kept the state's Senate seat in the hands of Democrats.
I really believe that Washington could learn a few things and a few lessons from West Virginia. Yes! A little common sense goes a long way, I can tell you that. We put West Virginia first, and it's time to put America first.
A detective heading the Cloddy bombing investigation has travelled to the US to question a suspect detained by the FBI. The development emerged as the police were refused permission by the High Court to view a BBC Spotlight documentary into the Cloddy bombing before it was broadcast last night. A 19-year-old man has been charged with attempted robbery, possession of a prohibited article and assault following an incident at Cavendish Street in West Belfast on Monday. He is to appear before Belfast Magistrates Court this morning. Student unions are warning of a huge backlash against government plans to raise the cap on university tuition fees in England. Ministers will announce a new upper limit of £9,000 a year from 2012 later. But universities charging more than £6,000 will have to do more to help pupils from poorer homes. The Shadow Business Secretary John Denham says cuts to higher education spending means students will be paying more for less.
Most universities say they're going to have to charge over £7,000 simply to make up for the cut in higher education teaching, which the government are determined to push through. So you're going to see these massive fees, most students paying 9% of their relevant earnings for 30 years, but not to get a better funded education system.
And now the weather with Cecilia Daly.
A cloudy day for most, rather damp at times too, with some patches of rain or drizzle from time to time, and it will feel cool in the westerly breeze, with temperatures peaking at 10 Celsius. This evening, rain will become widespread and will persist for most of the night. The rain will be heavy in places, especially in western counties, and may lead to localised flooding. Windy overnight as well.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
The A2 Coast Road at Downhill remains closed because of a rockfall. Traffic is being diverted through Coleraine and the Broad Road in Limavady, with local diversions via the Burnmore Road towards Benone. Ulster bus services are operating from Coleraine via the Windy Hall Road. On to flights, and at the George Best Belfast City Airport, the 9:25 flight from Manchester has been delayed until 11:45, and the 1:05 Cardiff arrival is expected at 1:30. And at Belfast International Airport, the 12:10 Prague flight has been delayed by 25 minutes. Aileen Moyna reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin at 12, do you park and ride or sit in the jam? What'll it take to get you out of your car? The Justice Minister says politicians should keep their noses out of judges' sentencing. Is he right? The latest victim of the recession, the office Christmas party. Has yours been cancelled? And when did you last get or write a letter? Will the email ever fill that gap? Tell me on Talkback at 12.
Now, worried about Barack Obama. Seems to be going down the tubes. Sounds like a Tea Party. Sound like a bunch of Ulstermen in some strange way.
What would it take to get him out of his car?
Oh, what would it take? He'd probably sit all day.
Raindrops cling to the branches. The sun makes them diamonds at dawn. The birds sing a song for the whole world to hear. Nature, she just carries on. The winter's retreating, defeated by spring. Oh, how I wish I'd no care. I live in the hope you'll return across the sea, to the Burren, to me, and to Clare. Ah, but is it the memory of the summer I taste? You think now that would be long gone, as I lie in my bed in the morning alone. I'm without you in sweet Ballyvaughan. The gentians, they're blooming, an ocean of blue, as the orchids get ready to dance. The fields are all turning themselves into green. Still all my thoughts are on France. The winter's retreating, defeated by spring. Oh, how I wish I'd no care. I live in the hope you'll return across the sea, to the Burren, to me, and to Clare. A fiddler's air brings a tear to my eyes, as the pipes tear the soul from my breast. I can still hear your voice o'er the ocean so clear. Since you left me, my soul has known no rest. The winter's retreating, defeated by spring. Oh, how I wish I'd no care. I live in the hope you'll return across the sea, to the Burren, to me, and to Clare. Oh, is it the memory of the summer I taste? You think now that would be long gone, as I lie in my bed in the morning alone. I'm without you in sweet Ballyvaughan.
What a great song that was. Sweet Ballyvaughan by Sean Tyrrell. This is I Am Clute, a song called Proof.
Hey, could you stand another drink? Better when I don't think it seems to get me through. Well, Do you want to spin another line like we had a good time? Not that I need proof. Swell, we're living in a hotel. Someone's ringing my bell in a room without a view. Hey, heard you read another book. Should have taken another look. What am I without you? Another drink, better when I don't think it seems to get me through. Well, do you want to spin another line like we had a good time? Not that I need proof. Swell, we're living in a hotel. Someone's ringing my bell in a room without a view. Well, heard you read another book. Should have taken another look. What am I without you?
That's a band called I Am Clute, and that's a song called Proof. Excellent. Nuala McKeever's on the line. Good morning, Nuala.
Hello, it's me again.
Sorry about that. By an administrative error, you were put on the air, but it was hadn't enough time, and you were never one for a quickie. There's no answer to that. Don't even attempt.
Start as you mean to go on, Gerry.
How are you, honey? Okay?
I'm very good. I'm preparing. I'm hosting the Belfast Telegraph Women of the Year Awards tonight, and I'm thinking, I wish I was a singer instead, because when you get up to sing, people don't say, oh, we heard that one last year.
That's right, yeah.
It'd be great, wouldn't it? You just get up and they want to hear the same stuff over and over. So I'm hastily rooting through my funny lines to see if there's anything I haven't done a million times before.
That's the worst thing about being a comedian. But you wouldn't describe yourself as a comedian, would you? I mean,
I'd like other people to, but...
if they just take a moment.
Do you want to start again?
That's the worst. No, that's the worst.
I'd like to... Well, yeah, I don't make my living at being a comedian, I suppose, but I like to be funny, Somebody read one of the things I wrote in the Belfast Telegraph recently. One of these anonymous people who write in on the website, they can read it online, and then they make comments from the safety of their back bedrooms. And he wrote, reading this makes my eyes bleed.
You wouldn't know how to take that.
Well, you just think, would they say that to you? Probably would say it to your face. Anyway, I'm over it now. I've had 6 weeks of therapy and I'm okay.
You know, it's amazing. I was talking about this the other day. When you put yourself forward, you know, a lot of people sometimes are surprised when they find out that people don't like them.
I know. Well, you do. You have to just not worry about it. And
a lot of people don't realise, you know, a lot of people have a kind of a nervous disposition, you know, who think that everybody will like them, especially when they go on the radio or they go on TV or they write newspaper columns or they stand up and do comedy.
You're sort of saying I've got something to say and I'm worth listening to, so I guess you got to take it on the chin.
Yeah, but a lot of people are surprised when they find out that people don't like them.
I know.
I'm not saying that people don't like you. I've always loved you.
Well,
you know that.
Get my wee fix now, only because I used to do your work for you.
We go back a long time.
We do. I met a woman at a dinner the other night, and I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she kept saying to me, I used to watch you on the TV. That was a long time ago. And I said, yeah, it was quite a few. That was a very long time ago. How long ago? Jenny, how long ago was it she was... And I said, that's enough now.
That's enough of that. No, carry on.
I'm now just on a professional concert promoter now.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing? There's something you want me to publicise. What is it? What is it you're doing?
Well, I'm not exactly organising it myself. A relation of mine, my brother-in-law Kevin, has taken it on himself to organise a concert. Juliet Turner, who hasn't played in Belfast for quite a long time, and Anthony Toner, both of whom I presume I know you like them both.
Oh, yeah.
Great singer-songwriters. So Kevin has managed to get the two of them together, which is lovely, and they're doing a concert this Saturday night here in Belfast in St Bride's Parish Hall. It's St Bridget's Church, Derryvolgy Avenue off the Malone Road, between the Malone Road and the Lisburn Road. They've got a spanking new big hall up there. It's a fantastic venue, and they're coming up to do the show. So it's a fundraiser for the parish Third World Society. They send money off to help developing countries, humanitarian kind of aid. So instead of an actual ticket price, there's a suggested donation, which means they can claim back the tax on it, which is good as well.
So you're raising money for the parish in Malone Road?
No, it's not for the flipping parish. Like, it needs money. That's the one. I love the story that the Catholic Church there at Malone was built years ago because there were so many servants for the big houses. And that's why there is a Catholic church up there.
Keep those people downstairs.
Somebody tell me they hate me already.
Keep them in the small rooms.
Yeah, the people who had to go up a lot of flights of stairs to go to bed, they went and knelt there on a Sunday. But because somebody once said, what's the only Catholic ghetto in Belfast that the black taxis don't run to? Malone Road. I didn't mean to get into all this. It's got nothing to do with Catholic. Can I reassure listeners, this concert has nothing. You don't have to put ashes on your forehead or genuflect or anything. It's a basic cross community. It's a bit of crack. It'll be a great concert, great night. Things are doing well, but I'd like to encourage anybody who doesn't know what's happening. Would you stop? Have I got into trouble now?
No. I was just thinking, actually, sometimes the cross-community thing goes out of control and people don't see the humour in it. I was talking to a fellow a couple of years ago and he was saying there was a great initiative in Donegal bringing young lads from Belfast, and from the Catholic community, young lads from somewhere else, Derry, whatever, from the Protestant community, and putting them all together. He said, well, what do you do? He said, it's cross-community shark fishing.
The sharks aren't too happy either.
I mean, cross-community shark fishing. Imagine trying to explain that to somebody from, say, New Zealand. Oh, well, we do cross-community shark fishing. What does that mean exactly? Well, Protestants and Catholics fish for sharks.
To kill the wildlife.
Together.
Yes.
And what else? No, it's the fact that Protestants and Catholics are getting together to kill sharks. It's the most, it's good for the kids. And and? Cross-community snorkeling.
Yeah.
Cross-community surfing.
Why don't we just have cross-community rioting?
Oh, we have that already.
Oh, yeah.
You show them each other. Go, guys.
I love the
Protestants want to send Catholics to the other side.
You'd have liked this, I'm sure. In the summertime, the people organising the 12th of July bonfires.
Yeah.
There's a big drive to make it all more festive and all that, So they sent out a leaflet and... I kind of admire what they're doing. They're trying to encourage people to be responsible.
Battering their head against the wall.
And it was hilarious. There's one line took me to the fair. It said, the bonfire would run from midnight till late. Midnight? Midnight used to be late. And the other one, they were talking about activities, and I thought, flip me, sexism is alive and well. There was activities, they were doing a whole week of stuff for kids. And it actually said in this brochure, for the boy, river fishing, brackets for the boys, Reiki session for the girls. No, aromatherapy session for the girls. What happened if you want to go and be a girl and go fishing? Or a boy wants to do aromatherapy? No. We've got a bit off the point. So Saturday night.
I remember seeing a poster for a hunger strike benefit that said meals served at 8.
Fuck, stop.
But you know what I mean? It's just, people don't realise, that, maybe you shouldn't put that on it. That kind of thing. See, sometimes we lose our sense of humour when we get feel serious about stuff. I mean, cross-community shark fishing, who invented that? Who invented, and who said, oh, let's talk about this? Anyway, no, tell me about your gig. Tell me about it. It's Juliet Turner. Juliet Turner,
who went off to study and became whatever it is she's doing now, is taking up her great guitar and singing. I mean, she's brilliant in concert.
I know.
Even better in concert than on the she does a lovely
Now be
show.
careful now, you're digging a hole there. She's even better in concert, she is in records, she's crap in records. Is that what you're saying?
No, I said even better. I protected that hole. I did not fall down that hole. And Anthony Donor, if you've ever seen him in concert, he's fantastic. I mean, Anthony talks between songs. He's so interesting, and he tells you where the stuff comes from, and he's great. He's a lovely, lovely guy to listen to.
There's a word for Anthony, and the word is urbane.
Is it?
He's urbane. No, he's very funny too. And the two of them are actually they're kind of salt and pepper in a way.
They are,
because they're two very different. It'd be interesting to see those together because Julia's a bit touchy. And Anthony is feely, touchy-feely.
There's a good combo. Touchy-feely, salt and pepper, giggy type of a thingy.
Salt and pepper, touchy-feely, that kind of thing.
Salt and Pepper used to have a song, but
So-
we'll not sing it now. It's a bit
No.
rude.
Where is that again? Remind the people.
Yes, it's in St Bridget's Parish Hall. It's actually
Uh-huh.
called St Bride's, but we're not. St
Okay.
Bridget's Parish Hall,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's on Derryvolgy Avenue. It's a massive, big parish centre, lovely hall. The doors will open at 7. There's a bar going to be on that night. The concert starts at 7:45. As I say, most of the tickets, about 80% of the tickets have gone or
Uh-huh.
more by now, but there are still some. So
Let's
we
mop up
suggest
the
a
rest, yeah.
donation of £20. And if you want tickets, there's a phone number which I will give out.
Give me now.
See, I'm letting people pick up a pencil. Why do they always say, have you got a pencil?
Pencil and paper handy.
I don't have pencil, I have a pen. I have to hunt
I have
for
my
a pencil.
thinking cap on. Remember, people used to say on the radio, put your thinking caps on and have a pen and paper handy.
Yes.
Right, what's the number?
Okay, it's a mobile number, 07780
80?
316
Yes.
913.
Okay, I've got that. 07780316913. Lovely to speak to you, Nuna.
913, that's for Kevin. Okay?
Okay, love.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
This is the aforementioned Anthony Toner, purely because I don't have anything by Julia Turner with me.
He said, is it raining where you are? And she knew he was calling from his car. There was all kinds of static on the line. She wondered how far he'd gone this time. Her heart swings open like a banging door. She says, I can't do this anymore. I'll dry up and disappear if you don't get me out of here. This used to be the promised land. Take my hand on the road to no town. He says I'm doing all I can. The words of every married man. What started out so full of hope is now the wrong end of the telescope. This used to be the promised land. Here we stand on the road to no town. Now the factories are all gone to Eastern Europe or Taiwan. She says she's barely holding on to who she was. Heartache is as heartache does. She tells him she's too tired to shout, but the signal's cutting in and out. Me and my sisters, we made all kinds of plans. Next thing you know, we're all pushing prams. This used to be the promised land. Holding hands on the road to no town. Road to no town.
It's Anthony Toner, of course. What's that song called? I don't know. I should know what it is. I'll tell you in a moment. I've dropped. Oh, there it is. No, it's called Road to No Town. I knew it was something like that. No, I didn't. I just guessed. Road to No Town, and that's from his album, The Duke of Oklahoma. That was his last album. Some texts here. I'm not making the mistake I made yesterday. I didn't read any of them out, therefore making people feel as if it did not matter, which indeed they do. It was Sonny Knowles' birthday yesterday. Sonny Knowles, well-known singer from Dublin, 78 years old. Good man, Sonny. What a nice guy. I know Sonny well. Sonny and I had shared many, many strange days many years ago. He, of course, is much older than I am. Pardon?
Was Sonny with the Pacific Show Band?
Yes, he was. Oh. They all went to Canada and he didn't go. He said to himself, I'm not going over there, because he felt he was a little older. He was about 40 when they all left. And they went over there and did quite well, and everybody got divorced. And he stayed and was happy. Much travelled, Geraldo. I've been to Banff, Vancouver, New York City, Memphis, Toronto, and Las Vegas. I love Canada and the US, and I was hoping you'd suggest a place to visit next. Well, 2 places you should go if you're in America, do not miss. One, Santa Fe. The other is San Francisco. Go to those 2 places and you'll never be happy again.
Hey?
What?
You'll never be happy again?
No.
You'll never be happy again.
Yeah.
If you go to those 2 places, you will never be happy again.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Of course it makes sense. Janet understands what I mean.
You, Janet. Well, what does that mean? Explain.
It means that when you go home, you'll never be content. When you go home, you'll never be content because you've seen paradise.
Oh.
San Francisco and Santa Fe.
Right. See Naples and die.
See Newry and Mourn.
I don't. No. Why do you say that all the time?
See Newry and Mourn.
I'll never forgive Big O for telling you that.
I love that. See Naples and die, see Newry and Mourn.
James Graham in Temple Patrick.
Newry's a city now, we shouldn't say that. See Newry City and Mourn.
James Graham in Temple Patrick wants to know, how did you get on the radio?
I don't know. I walked in the door and they kept me. Is he serious?
Yes.
I don't like this. I don't like his sound.
No, he says your language is a disgrace.
It is.
You're always taking the Lord's name in vain.
I know.
He doesn't like it. James doesn't like it at all.
He must be one of the newer fellas. What line is that movie out of? What line is that movie out of? You must be one of the newer fellas.
Don't know. You must know American.
Yeah.
You're one of the newer fellas.
No, you must be one of the newer fellas.
Right.
It's from a song. It's on record. And it's a song, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I don't. Have fancy flunkies everywhere? I don't. Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra. And Bing Crosby goes, ba 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 ba.
High Society.
And Frank Sinatra says, hey, you must be one of the newer fellas. That's great.
Is that right?
Pardon?
Am I right?
High Society?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, that's what
I sang you the song out of it. If you hadn't got that, I'd think there was something wrong with you.
That's all right.
You must be one of the newer fellas.
How are we, John?
Richard Hughes rides Senate in the November handicap, the 310 in Doncaster. 8-1, best price. Likes soft ground and has won both times he ran at Doncaster. Forecast rain in the north. Some heavy Thursday, Friday. 8-1 will go. Lads, what's this? Do you know what does this mean? As he's saying to back this horse? Somebody's saying? 8-1 Senate, November handicap, 310 Doncaster. Somebody's saying? I'm just.
Do you know John McCririck?
John McCririck.
Do you know him?
Yes, I do. Nolan always has him on, and I can't turn it off.
He does indeed. You can't turn it off.
I can't turn it off because I have to listen to him. He's always on the end of the programme, and I have to talk to the fat boy.
I met him once.
Did you?
I must tell you this story.
Oh, no, I don't want to hear about it.
No, it's just a wee tiny baby story.
Go on, make it quick, please.
Oh, we were going to the York races.
Yes.
And we were sitting in this carriage in the train.
Carriage? In the train, yes.
Right. And it's just me and this other chap. And I was going to the races with. And the door opened and big John McCririck stuck his head in and he says, do you mind if I join you, lads?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I knew who he was, but couldn't. I'm not a real horsey man.
No.
And so the other fellow was, and they sat down and they chatted and they talked away. And they talked about a horse. And this fellow that I was with, this is many, many years ago. Might have been 25 years ago. He was going over and he's putting £5,000 on a horse.
Who was John McCririck?
No, the chap that I was with.
You were with a guy who had 5,000 quid?
Yeah.
Good.
And
you can pick your friends.
It was a horse called Either assured or assert assured, I think it may have been. But anyway, it was a very short, it was 54, 45, whatever.
Mhm.
But they were talking about it, and McCraig said to me, he says, just be a wee bit careful, he says, because it doesn't like the soft going, and it rained last night, not a lot of rain, so it'll be a bit soft on the top. He says, a bit careful. But the horse, he went to put the $5,000 on, the horse won.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just my wee story of John McCurrick. And I never said a word, I never spoke, I just sat like a good wee boy in the corner of the train.
I like that story. There was absolutely no point to it. It was
Absolutely none, no.
That's good.
Just it was John McCurrick's story.
It's all right.
Who brought John McCurrick up?
I like pointless stories. Gerry, say hello to Mal and the boys in Australia. Who are Mal and the boys in Australia? Are they golfers or something?
I don't know.
And wish them good luck at the Melbourne races. Oh, there must be people going to the Melbourne races. What a long way to travel to back a few nights. Remember us in Melbourne?
Yeah.
Remember we went to a stadium there one time to watch, what do you call that, Aussie Rules?
Carton or something?
What?
Was it
Carlton?
Carlton?
It was great, wasn't it?
I hadn't a clue what
I
was
loved
going
that, do you remember? No, but I loved it because I hate rugby and hate Gaelic. So the two things were in between, and it was almost likeable to know that one of them wasn't really like the other one. Gerry, I need help. My wife asked me to record a programme on Monday night. I forgot. It's called This Little House. Can anyone out there help? Well, was that Little House? I think that was on BBC. That'd be on iPlayer if you've got a computer. Gerry, I am Clute, have a song called Ferris Wheel. Could you play it? I'm reading out text messages from the people now. Do you realise you're on air? Says Went to a Breach Murphy concert. She's got a new CD out. I have that CD upstairs and have as yet not had a chance to listen to it. It is brilliant. I will listen to it now that I have this recommendation. Please give your listeners a sample. I will indeed, says James Morgan. Gerry, you're singing Wrong Air to the Old House. You're yamming like a cat. Well, I have to confess, there is a particular air to that song, but I don't... That's the one I sang.
It's not.
Is that not the melody I sang? No. Where would you get it? You people are insane. All right, then.
There's a man with a strange tale, if you pardon the pun. When you hear the story, it's about a dog.
Hope it's not the Minotaur. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Geordie, hello.
I'm getting a replacement.
A replacement?
For wee Rocky.
Are you getting a new dog?
Yes, this man, his 2 legs cut off. He's in Musgrave Hospital.
What?
His 2 legs amputated.
He's got 2 legs amputated. Oh, dear.
And he's in Musgrave Hospital.
Uh-huh.
But he's a litter of pups.
Well, his dog had a litter of pups. It's probably
the bitch had.
More accurate to say that. So the poor man has lost his legs. Oh dear, that's terrible.
I know.
And he obviously can't deal with the dogs at this point in time.
He cannot.
Okay, and he's given you one of them, is he?
Yes, for a wee replacement, a wee Rocky.
A wee replacement. Is it the same kind of breed, although Rocky...
yes, there's a black and tan terrier.
Was that what Rocky was?
Oh, what?
Oh, well, I'm always a bit hesitant. When I lost my...
swim underwater and overwater.
Can swim underwater?
Underwater.
That's a hell of a...
I think they must be in touch with a dingo in them.
I think it's an amphibian.
Yeah.
A frog dog.
Wee Rocky.
Well, what age is this little dog you have now?
I haven't got it yet.
Oh, well, what age will it be when you get it?
It'll be about 8 months.
8 months. And how do you know it swims underwater?
Well, I don't know. I have to try it out.
Other people call that drowning.
No.
Well, wait, what are you going to do? Put it in a bag?
No, wee Rocky didn't drown.
Oh, well,
the
just
wee
as well.
dingo.
Well, what do? You just throw them in the water and see what happens? Is that what you do?
What? If it swims, it swims.
That's like the old witch hunt.
What?
Used to throw witches in a barrel and roll them down the hill into the water. If the barrel came up again,
no,
they were witches.
I know what man. He breeds good dogs.
All right then. Well, that's good that you've got a replacement.
He breeds good dogs.
It's good to keep the numbers up.
But he just can't, handle them all now.
Of course. I hope he's going to. I hope he's going to be okay. Is he a man of some years, or is he?
He's in his 50s.
Oh, that's very young to be a terrible thing.
To lose both your legs.
Okay. Well, good. That's good that you have.
What about you?
What
How
about
are
me?
you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
What?
I can't complain, really. I'm relatively happy. I'm okay.
You don't have any moisturising around, no?
I'm moisturising. I've got a new regime now.
Do you know who broke my heart?
Who?
Do you know who broke my heart?
Who?
It's just like lifting a plate and it scatters.
Who?
The wee lady on the phone.
What lady's that now?
She's married.
Oh, you mean our lady on the phone, Janet?
Wee Janet is married.
Of course she's married. I thought I made that clear at the beginning.
No, you didn't, huh? Oh, she broke my heart like a broken plate.
Did she lie to you? Did she tell you she
She
was
did.
available? Oh, Janet, you're leading Geordie
Wee
on.
Janet, me, I think we could get on well in our Whitewash house.
Well, I always knew you had a little notion of Janet, but I always thought that that you knew she wasn't available. She's married with children.
No, I didn't know.
Well, sometimes the
Lord,
realization.
she's a good-looking wee woman.
Well, Emma's. She's married too.
No.
Did we ever have anybody on in here who wasn't married?
Well, then
Who was
I'm
Emma?
out of
Wait,
luck.
no, do you remember
Gerry,
Eve?
I'm out of luck.
Eve would have been good for you. Eve just read the news at 11 o'clock. She
Oh.
used to be in here with us. You'd like her. She's a bit young for you,
But
though.
wee Jammy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she could have dunged out my bed.
Janet, let me ask. Sean, ask Janet. Let's just fly this one up the flagpole. If Janet can imagine a situation whereby she was a single woman, being the age that she is now, 48, 9, would you dung out Geordie's bed? Ask her. Go on. No. What's the answer? Yes, she would, Geordie. She would. She'd turn your bed over.
She would indeed.
She
Lord,
would, yeah.
never a wee cotton sock.
And you see, but you've met Janet before, you see, of course.
I have.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good wee cuddly wee woman.
Well, I regret to say she's not available. You'll have to cast your net further, like the great fisherman.
Right.
Right, go away.
Right, bye now.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Is that Dathly Toner again? It is, yeah. Not that we don't want to hear him twice, but I always put the wrong thing on. This is Rainbow Corner. This is a song called Moving On.
Tired of waiting, contemplating, leaving it all behind and moving on. Sick of trying, there's no denying. Times like these, I feel I don't belong. What can I do to help me get through? Scratching around in the sand, no one left to turn. Is it too late or simply my fate? Hold out my hands to the flames that cause my flesh to burn. But then you came along and you proved I was wrong to ever think if no one else could feel the same. And I remember the way seems only yesterday that you smiled. You said we're all part of the scam. Cause every weekend I'm forced to pretend, act like I'm having fun, but it's not true. The same old story as you all bore me. Think that you're all so cool if you only knew. So who am I to sit and judge you? You do what you do and you think that that's not gonna change. Some adore you, but I implore you, step outside of your world and into something strange. But then you sang a song and the darkness was gone, and the clouds above began to disappear. And then I first closed my eyes, my mind was hypnotized. The harmonies came flowing through my ear. What's the chances that this moment will last? As far as I'm concerned, the good times are past. Don't waste my time, 'cause it's precious, you know. But you can say what you wanna say. It's never gonna be any other way. Leave me as I am, and you can do what you wanna do. Time has come to break on through, but I don't give a damn.
That's a Belfast band called Rainbow Corner. Very good. And that's a song called Moving On. I played that a while back, but haven't played it for, well, from some time. Big egos appear to be criteria for getting jobs on Radio Ulster, speculates a man. For example, Nolan, Hugo Duncan, Anderson, Carruthers, and most others. I don't think that's fair. Do you think that's fair?
It's not fair of Mark Carruthers.
No, Mark Carruthers is a very nice guy. He doesn't have an ego at all.
No.
Hugo and Nolan, of course, are monsters.
Yes.
But, I mean, they shouldn't include Carruthers in that. He doesn't, nothing to deserve that. No. We absolve Mark Carruthers, exonerate him. Morning, Gerry and Sean. Gerry, tell the story about the two girls who wanted a drink of your lemonade after the gig.
No, what's that story?
Oh, no.
Janet wants to know.
Oh, no, you don't, Janet. You don't want to know.
When was that?
Story.
Belfast?
No, it's in my book. It's a very graphic tale.
All right.
It's not for the morning.
Right.
Not for the morning listeners.
Okay, right.
Your quotes are all very meaningful. We quoted a number of quotes yesterday from past editions of this programme. But the quote of last week must go to the man offering the tapes of your programme, who said, "It's all duck and no dinner." Gerry, please play something from Marianne Green's album. I will. She better stop sending me emails because I'm falling in love with her. Gerry, my sister-in-law lost her dog on Sunday night.
All right.
He's a young... Can't you hear me talking here? Don't be talking.
Janet handed me a list of stories that you've been asked to tell.
No, but I said yesterday that the people were tiring of my tales.
No, stories. Tell the tent story. Is this a different story here?
It's from my book as well,
right.
Yes.
Right. Tell the Carrickfergus story. Is this from, or is this a story about her? That's it? Right, the Carrickfergus story.
I don't know what the Carrickfergus story... Oh, is that the origin of the origin of the song?
Sylvia story. And
Pardon?
then there's a Sylvia story.
Oh, yes.
And then the Elvis story that you have.
No, I'm keeping that. I was going to keep it for Rand Tuberty, but I've gone off him entirely.
This is a new one for me now.
What?
At least the next two are new to me.
Okay.
Your Black Eye story.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Carry on.
What?
Just continue.
Oh, come on.
No, it's not for the ears of the Radio Ulster listeners in the morning.
And
If I ever do a show from 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning, those stories will be told. And even then I'll be sacked. Go on.
Tell your Bob Dylan story.
Well, no, I don't want to tell that one. No, because it seems, well, as if I'm boasting.
Do you know any of these? Janet doesn't know any of these stories.
See, you two know nothing about me. All you know
the only
is...
tent story I know is the Hells Angels.
Well, there are two tent stories. There's the Hell's Angel story in Enniskillen.
Yes.
And then there's the Marquee tent story in County
Oh,
Cavan.
no, you're not telling that. Because I know where that ends.
I have three tent stories.
Don't.
I'd forgotten about that one. That's the third one. That's involving a man...
Die?
All right, then. I can never, ever tell that.
No.
Gerry, Bobby Archer of Lisburn City Council worker, broke his arm recently, and all the boys wish him a speedy recovery. And I hope his arm gets better.
But what about the Black Eyed story?
The Black Eyed story?
Yes.
Well, I don't want to tell that story because it reflects badly upon me as a human being. It involves a time that, well, my eye was darkened.
Were you in the show bands?
Yes. My eye was darkened for good reason. Let's put it that way.
Did you deserve it?
Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, I enjoyed it. Gerry, just went in and bought that Norman Wisdom photograph. I'll sell it to you for twice the price. That's a photograph of me and Norman Wisdom, which is in Snappy Snaps. Was it Ann Street or High Street? I can't remember where in Belfast. I must call in and get... I might be able to call in tomorrow, maybe. I might get a moment, yeah. If not, maybe a couple of weeks. I'm so big. Listen, by the way, tomorrow will be my last day for a few days. Someone else is here on Friday and Monday and Tuesday. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Tell them.
It's me. Me.
It's him.
Yeah.
Mr. Coyle will be occupying this, what they call the hot seat, on Friday, Monday and Tuesday. I will be elsewhere doing God's work. Why do people of one side of the community say good luck, while the others say all the best? I didn't realise that. No. Did Protestants say good luck?
I don't know.
And Catholics say all the best? All the best?
No, I would say both.
That's what I'm wondering. No, I'm just trying to think. I think...
Good luck now. My father always says good luck now.
Did he?
Good luck now.
Is he a Protestant father? Yeah. And he said good luck now.
Good luck now.
Good luck now. No, not but anybody would say that. And would Protestants
say
say all the best? All the best now. No, they wouldn't. There's no difference there. These people are imagining differences between us. Cross-community shark fishing again. That's what they need to go and catch a shark and watch Protestants and Catholics kill it. And why do they pronounce H differently? Well, I don't know why. Because there's H as in...
I've never heard of that. You were the first person that brought that to my attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Janet never heard, did you?
It's. I think it's the way people are taught at school. In Catholics, maintained schools, people are they say H.
People have little to do.
And look, see, this is what has this country on its knees. That's why. That's why this country is on its knees. That's why everybody's in the civil service, because nobody works here, and there's no jobs because everybody's afraid to bring jobs to us in case we throw stones at them. Hi, Gerry and Sean. Many thanks for playing Barry Fleming yesterday. Could you possibly play Broken or Common Man? I will play that tomorrow, actually. My friend Charlie says that you once owned a brindle bitch greyhound which broke the track record in Lifford in 1998. Is this true? No, it's not true. No, but my family have always been involved in greyhounds. I was the only one who'd never had any interest.
Same
in it.
here.
Yeah. Were your family involved in greyhounds?
Mm-hmm.
See, it was a big thing in Derry, Stoke, Londonderry. Yes. Greyhounds, pigeons. That was it.
Same here.
I never warmed to pigeons.
No.
And I never liked greyhounds either. So we were, do you know what we were? Square pegs in a round hole. That's what we were.
I couldn't be bothered. I can remember my brother, I've told you this before, standing out in our backyard with a paper bag with corn in it.
And you said,
trying to entice the pigeons down from the roof. And he'd be standing going, brr, 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 brr.
You do a great brother.
But a pigeon's a hard thing to impersonate.
Certainly.
You can't get...
Do that. It's very good.
Is it?
Your neck's going in and out, puffing in and out. I can't do that.
You roll your tongue.
I can't do that. You see,
Tommy contacts you. Could you please tell the Bo Diddley story? Now, that's a new one on me.
I'm not telling that either. See, a lot of these...
Give me a wee...
No, let me just tell you this, Sean. If you
Bo
read...
Diddley, the famous Bo Diddley.
Yes. If you read any of my books, you will know what this is all about, but you don't care about me. I would have thought a man who is working with a broadcaster, a man who publishes a number of books, wouldn't you think the man working would read the books so that he would know the references if they ever came up, and he'd be able to know what he's talking about? But oh no. Bo Diddley, I've written about Bo Diddley.
Well, Bo Diddley must have been after page 111.
Bo Diddley, where you been? Been to London, say the quine.
I got to page 111.
You should go further. There's more after that.
To finish it.
For God's sake, you have it 3 years. A 1-year-old husky dog missing from the Old Park Road since Saturday. The dog is wearing a collar and answers to the name of Sasha. Contact the show. So there we are. A year-old husky, not a husky proper, a husky type dog. You know what it's like.
It's quite a hard name to call. If you're calling it.
No, it's not.
It is.
Sasha!
Here's Sasha, boy.
Here's Sasha. It's
See?
hard, yeah, you're right. Richard Finlay rings. Did you receive his CD? He wrote the song himself, and it's a Christmas song. Well, Richard, to be honest with you now, I've got a pile of CDs up there, and I'm so busy with my charity work that I haven't had time to trawl through them as best... Oh, sorry, hiccuped. Jean from Glengormley rings and wants to know, does Charlie Lansborough have any new CDs now? I hope to God he hasn't.
Oh, stop that. Charlie's on tour. He's coming very soon.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
I must interview him.
Yes.
Jean is going to Charlie's concert and would like to hear one of his records. A liver and white Springer Spaniel dog is missing from the Bangor area since last night. Please contact the programme. A liver and white Springer Spaniel. All these dogs are going AWOL. They're going over the wall, through the fence. Banbridge caller wants to hear Kenny Archer yodel. Kenny Archer's not in the programme today. Look, I'm easily amused too, aren't I? I make myself laugh. Gerry, after quite a financially impoverished 2009, says Stephen, and 3/4 of the year 2010, I found my conscious frontal lobe examining my unconscious parietal lobe last night as I was curled up in my tight nest of down duck feathers at approximately 5 minutes to 12 this morning, and my body seemed to take a rush of endorphins just as if I'd benched 5 reps of 100 kilos, and it dawned upon me, would I be any happier if I won the lotto? It would have to be the national lottery, of course, not the Irish one, as I am a practising Protestant, and from the fruit of Bessie Bell, from a predominantly orange hamlet, not that that matters, of course, I won't accept any Republican money. When I posed this question to myself, I found the answer to be no. Of course I wouldn't be any happier if I drolled over the TV screen whilst my magic selection from the set of balls, number 11, and Machine Maryland dropped out to match my ticket. I wouldn't be any happier at all. The reason is this. Just like when you choose a burger in a restaurant, when it comes, you would question yourself back to the self-conscious and the unconscious and the conscious mind. You'd consider yourself, I wonder what the fish is like. And when you would run the simulation of a night of passion with Britney Spears, you would then think in the same millisecond what the aforementioned simulated night of passion would have been like with Cheryl Cole. And then what it would be like for the both of them. And as they lament uncontrollably and crying over you, leaving them as you check out of the Waldorf Astoria, courtesy of Ashley Cole's divorce settlement. And as you close the door, you turn around and wink at both of them as they lie there, unclad, and the phrase rolls off your tongue, later, babes. This man's not well.
There's a call for you.
Where is it?
Rodney.
Morning, Rodney.
Good morning, Gerry.
I was in your bay once.
Uh-huh.
Rodney Bay.
Rodney Bay.
Have you ever been to Rodney Bay?
Never. Wouldn't have a clue where it is.
It's in the Caribbean.
Oh, well.
It was asking for you.
I've never been further than Donegal.
I think you're ready to go.
Your story about all the best and good luck brought me back nearly 40 years.
Oh, yes.
I was travelling from Limerick to Sligo one wet winter's night, and the chain of my Norton Commander motorcycle broke. And I managed to struggle into Charlestown. And I went into a pub and I sat at a bar and I scratched my head, wonder what to do next.
Uh-huh.
And there were two old men sitting with their backs to the wall. And when they got a pint, one said to the other, all the best. And the other fellow said, all the very best. And I looked at them. And they went and they drank their pints. And then they indicated to the barmaid and she brought over two other pints.
Uh-huh.
And then the second fellow said to the first fellow, all the best. And the first fellow said, all the very best. And this went on all night until we were chucked out and I struggled to go home. And, that story I haven't thought of for many, many years until you started talking about it there a minute ago.
No, but you have to say to yourself, how civilised is that?
Well, there were two old codgers who obviously knew each other for donkey's years, enjoyed their own company,
yeah,
and they didn't have to say anything.
Didn't have to sit and talk a load of old crap.
No.
Just sat there and said, all the best.
Mind you, they didn't come up and offer to drive me to Sligo, but that's another story.
It's because they were full. They probably had 8 pints in them by the time you were left.
Yes.
All the best.
Right. Well,
all the very best.
All the best.
I'm going to remember that. The next time
I might see you on the next busy bus.
All the best.
Good luck.
All the very best.
Bye.
Here's a local singer from Jerrystoke, London, Jerry. Lovely voice. His name is Dougie Breslin. He's got a new album now of songs what he wrote himself.
I'm standing at the corner waiting. I'm leaning against the wall. I'm gazing down the laneway. I'm hoping to hear her call. And just as I kicked another stone across the road, here comes that shining vision. And she's carrying my coat, 'cause she's my baby. She's a little bit crazy, and I'm in pieces when I see her smile. Do you know the feeling when your heart is reeling? I hope this never fades away, stays forever. We walk down the street together, I'm so proud that she's my girl. She looks so fresh and lovely, so I ask her to give me a twirl. She doesn't realize it, that I'm in love with her. And I can't help feeling proud she's come into my world. 'Cause she's my baby, she's a little bit crazy, and I'm in pieces when I see her smile. Do you know the feeling when your heart is reeling? I hope this never fades away, stays forever. They say that falling in love doesn't happen to everyone, but when it does, your life has just begun. Begun. My childhood sweetheart, fairy tales do come true. It's just as if Prince Charming has found the owner of his glass shoe. And isn't she a princess lady gliding downstairs? So I'll carry her off on my white horse. I'll fulfill her hopes and cares, 'cause she's my baby. She's a little bit crazy, and I'm in pieces when I see her smile. Do you know the feeling when your heart is reeling? I hope this never fades away and stays forever, 'cause she's my baby. She's a little bit crazy, and I'm in pieces when I see her smile. Do you know the feeling when your heart is reeling? I hope this never fades away, stays forever. She's my baby.
That's Gerry Breslin, and that's a song called... Is it Gerry or Dougie?
Yes, it's Gerry. It's Gerry, but everybody knows him as Dougie Breslin. Dougie Breslin.
All right, okay.
His name is Gerry Breslin.
Yeah, and that's... how do you pronounce that title? Amran Ela?
That's what I don't know.
A-M-H-R-A-N. It's Irish. E-A-L-A. Amran Ela. And that's good. And the track is called Childhood Sweetheart. So there we are. A couple of new shows on TV tonight. BBC Northern Ireland is Sketchy. I'm not quite sure what times that's on it, but there's a man doing an impersonation of the fat boy wearing a baby grow.
Yeah, did you see it?
I didn't. No, I didn't see it. Did you see it?
It's on the trail.
Oh, is it? I don't see anything. What time is it on?
I think it's 10:40.
Okay, and there's also a programme on BBC, an Ulster Scots programme called Santa on BBC Two on 7:30. That's two things to look forward to tonight. Here's a little Christmas song from my favourite girl. Who is she? Who's my favourite girl?
Dusty Springfield.
No.
Who? Roma Downey.
Singer I'm talking about.
Janet told me Roma Downey. You got me into trouble.
She's
now.
obsessed.
Janet just told me that.
Trouble. Linda Welby. Have you no Christmas spirit about you at all? Cross-community shark fishing shall take place in the Onishowen Peninsula.
Christmas time, it's Christmas time, and my heart starts beating fast and wild. Time of year that's all about a certain little boy. Carol singers, radios remind us that it's time to pause. Children get excited with thoughts of Santa Claus. It happened all those years ago when Jesus Christ our Saviour, he was born. A joyful baby full of love sent down from the man above. Mother Mary brought him here, this miracle of life and hope, to fill our hearts and souls with love, helps us all to cope. Come and adore him, for he's the King of angels. Hear him, feel him, see him as he's God's only Son. Merry Christmas to each and every one. And just be free. It is a special birthday time that the world will celebrate and dine. Mother Mary brought him here, this lovely baby filled with miracle of life and hope sent down from God above.